Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. The latest on the tropical activity happening in southern Mexico as a tropical storm has now formed. An NFL star, Damar Hamlin, who experienced a cardiac scare in early 2023, recently became involved in another athlete's third diagnosed concussion. Hamlin shines a light on the importance of AEDs. Plus, an accidental running of the bulls took place on the East Coast. Learn how these bulls were corralled back to safety. All that and more coming up on Sunrise.
And soon-to-be Hurricane Helene will be shooting straight up towards Florida as we go to later this week, likely as a Category 1 to 3 hurricane. Well, what is that going to bring us? A cold front sometime this week. We'll take a look at all that and the weather coming up.
The Dallas Cowboys pulling off the comeback of the season? Well, not exactly, but we'll see how close they came and more in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and hope y'all are having a great start to your week. It is Monday.
It is Monday. It's the beginning of a brand new week, and it's also the second day of fall, Carolina.
That's right, Parker. And I hear there's a cold front that's kind of over North Texas right now, but it's going to make its way to us, right?
It is going to make its way to us by sometime around Wednesday, but we'll look at that 7 to here in just a little bit because right now we've got a little bit of humidity and just a tad bit of fog in some areas out there. We're really talking about in our eastern counties. We've seen the fog this morning. Everyone else, we're seeing lots of nice and humid weather out there. Right now you're looking live Victoria, starting to see that sunrise coming up right now. 74 degrees, so dew point 1 degree off at 73, bringing the humidity to 97%. So plenty of humid out there. You might see with the humidity that high, maybe some light streaks of fog maybe floating through the air. Not really expecting too much in terms of thick fog out there this morning. But looking at your forecast for today, if you're seeing your kiddos at the door, it's going to be another hot one. But today, you may have noticed I've got the rain tie on. That means there's a chance for rain today. Chances are at very low 30%, but there might be some spotty showers as we go into the afternoon. So going to be about 95 this afternoon, pretty hot with maybe a few spotty showers in the area as they're heading back home. So make sure to prepare them for that hot weather because most of us not going to see too much in terms of rain today. Because looking at your forecast going all the future tracker all the way through the rest of this week, high pressure is going to continue bringing us some more hot weather until an upper level low comes down, and that brings us a front, and that's going to mix with Helene. We're going to take a look at all that coming up later on Sunrise. Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. John is officially a tropical storm forming off southern Mexico overnight. According to a 2 a.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, the storm is currently stationary with winds of 40 miles per hour. A tropical storm watch is in effect for the cities of Punta Maldonado to Salina Cruz. John is expected to drop 6 to 12 inches of rain for most areas along the southern Mexican coast, but some coastal zones could see up to 15 to 27 inches locally, coming in just over 2 feet of rainfall. Now an ABC News exclusive with Damar Hamlin. The NFL player is back in the game this season after going into cardiac arrest on the field in 2023. Already this season, he's been involved in a frightening play. This time it was a star quarterback injured.
It was yet another scary play on the field.
Hamlin hit him and Tua down.
Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa suffering his third diagnosed concussion after colliding into Bills safety Damar Hamlin 2 weeks ago. Tua forced to sit out at least 4 games to recover. Hamlin now speaking to Good Morning America.
Prayers to Tua. I hope he's healing up well. And, I hope he gets back to doing his thing as soon as possible.
Hamlin suffered his own on-field scare in early 2023, a blow to the chest causing his heart to stop. Medics and trainers reviving him using CPR and an automated external defibrillator, or AED.
I count my blessings daily, still being able to be here, just still being able to live life every day after experiencing everything I experienced.
Hamlin, speaking to GMA's Will Reeve, explains he's on a mission to spread the word on the importance of AEDs.
I'm more aware of the importance of an AED, and, I'm more aware of the importance of CPR as well.
Sudden cardiac arrest is a rare but leading source of exercise-related death in young athletes.
We know with the implementation of immediate CPR and AED, survival can dramatically increase almost 7-fold.
Only about half of states currently require schools to have AEDs, and they are costly.
It's an essential, man. Being able to know how to use an AED and knowing how to perform CPR, I look at that as a life-saving skill, which is a superpower.
Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. Today we want to know, do you think schools should be required to have automated external defibrillators? Okay, let's take a look. 92% of you say yes and 8% of you say no. And for the record, Texas is one of 20 states that requires AEDs in schools. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer polls. In Massachusetts, it was the running of the Bulls New England style over the weekend. But unlike the famed event on the streets of Spain, this was completely by mistake.
Things got wild Sunday at the rodeo in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. 8 bulls escaping their enclosure at a local mall and running through the city streets.
There's 6 bulls on the loose on our street. And here come the cowboys.
The enormous escapees making their way to a residential neighborhood.
As soon as I stepped out and I looked over there and I was like, those aren't horses. Those are literally bulls. And oh my God.
Chris Mooney was at home when he noticed the bulls in his backyard.
So I got all my dogs from outside, brought them inside real quick. The kids are inside, safety first. And that was it. Everybody else just started coming, as much people as you can.
Ranch hands carried out metal fences to corral the animals, working with local police and volunteers to steer them into a transport vehicle. 7 bulls were packed into this tractor trailer and safely removed from Mooney's backyard.
It took about 4 hours to corner them, but overnight, 1 bull was still unaccounted for. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
VISD and local law enforcement are holding a press conference to address their response plan to threats on campus, as well as campus and student safety. It'll take place at 1 p.m. Tuesday in the VISD boardroom. Texas House District 30 candidates plan to attend a town hall Q&A in Blessing today. It starts at 6 p.m. and goes until 9 p.m. at the Blessing American Legion Post. Stephanie Basham and AJ Louderback will be joined by Matagorda Sheriff candidates Aaron Green and Rick DeLeon III. Attendees can ask questions, register to vote, and meet the names they'll see on the ballot. Victoria County Commissioners meet in just a few hours at 10 a.m. They'll consider approval of an order calling for an election to incorporate the community of Bloomington, as well as an order to deny a petition to incorporate parts of Bloomington. They'll also receive an updated invitation to bid in relation to the old jail demolition and new parking lot project. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now, let's get a look. It is just about 6:38 on our Monday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. An unwelcome attendee to a support group gathering is escorted out of the building.
Perry Russom in Washington. New polling finds Vice President Kamala Harris leading nationwide as the Trump campaign dodges the embattled Republican candidate for governor in North Carolina. That story coming up.
And also coming up next after the break in the full forecast, you may have heard me say we give a chance for rain today. We'll look at the timing for any of that rain possible today. And also coming up later on Sunrise, we're going to continue looking at what is soon to be Hurricane Helene. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live at Cuero. Another humid one out there right now. In fact, a little bit cloudy out there right now. We're really expecting this much in terms of clouds out there this morning. But right now, sitting at 74 degrees, 2.1 degree, 73, bringing humidity to 96%. So plenty humid out there. Nonetheless, we're not really expecting any fog out there. I actually just went and double checked the fog map out there. The only little bit of fog out there we have this morning is actually up in Wharton County. And it's really, really light out there this morning. So just if you do see any fog out there, just make sure to be careful out on the roads this morning, because as we go into later today, it's going to be another hot one today, although I do have a chance for rain today, because looking at future horizon radar for today, I've got the rain tie on, hopefully for some good luck for today, because I only have chances today at a very low 30%, so I'm hoping that we see a little bit more than that, because going to noontime and in the afternoon time, I think that's going to be when we see our first shots of rain today. Somewhere around 1 or 2 p.m. we might see a few spotty to isolated showers starting to develop, starting to move a little bit more northwest with that sea breeze starting to advance in the afternoon time. But in the late afternoon, here's 5 p.m. when you're getting off work, there might be a few spotty showers still left over, but as we go into the later afternoon and the evening, that should start to die down right back to partly cloudy skies and then mostly clear skies for overnight tonight. But with that being evening sun in the background behind the partly cloudy skies and most of us not seeing the rain. It's already going to be 90 degrees at noontime, but in the afternoon I'm thinking a high of about 95 or 96, maybe 94 and here in Victoria, but northwestern counties are going to see a degree or two hotter than that. So make sure to be careful out there in the heat, and also make sure to be careful with the pollen. It's still high. I've actually had some bad sniffles all morning long. High grass and ragweed pollen today, and your UV index is going to be very high as well for today. But we got lots more heat to come even after the front comes, and we're going to be back in the low 90s. But coming up next, we're going to look at what's going on with soon-to-be Hurricane Helene. But now here's sports.
Week 3 of NFL football saw some very good games, but it wasn't a good day in the state of Texas if we're talking NFL. But let's start things off with Houston Texans on the road taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Houston just get off to a bad start as C.J. Stroud throws an interception, which was caught by a former Texan in Hill. Off the fingers off Phillips to assist the interception. There you go. Look at that. He got his fingertips on it, just enough to help execute the interception in the first quarter. Minnesota able to capitalize on the other hand, win a 3rd and goal, and Darnold breaks loose for a scramble and locates Justin Jefferson for the touchdown. Houston never got it going after that, losing to Minnesota. Final score 34-7. And the bad luck followed the Cowboys at Jerry's World. Baltimore, a team looking for their first win of the new season. There you see Baltimore's newly extended QB as well in Lamar Jackson, rushing it in for the first touchdown of the game. Dominance followed Baltimore in the first, second, and third quarter. But the real action is really when you get to the fourth quarter. With 7 minutes left to go, Baltimore up by 16. Dak Prescott, there you go, him scrambling, but he finds Jalen Tolbert for a touchdown. Cowboys continue the road to redemption for what it looks to be. Cowboys up now a 10-point game, and Dak maintaining his poise and throws another touchdown to Kevontae Turpin, making it a 4-point game. But still, Ravens hold them off. Final score 28-25. And that does it for your 25 News Now Sports. Until next time, I'm Ray Robinson.
Thank you, Ray. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. 6 weeks to go until Election Day. 2 new polls find Vice President Kamala Harris leading Trump nationwide. This weekend, Harris with a record-breaking campaign event. Trump in the battleground state of North Carolina as his campaign dodges an embattled candidate for governor there.
Fallout for the Republican candidate for governor in North Carolina. Several top staffers in Mark Robinson's campaign quitting after a CNN report claims he made racist and inflammatory comments on a porn site, including calling himself a black Nazi and expressing support for reinstating slavery. ABC News has not independently confirmed the report. Robinson denies making the comments.
Oh, what a crowd this is.
Former President Trump in North Carolina this weekend not mentioning Robinson by name. Trump previously endorsed Robinson, describing him as Martin Luther King on steroids. Trump calling into rallies in Virginia and Minnesota, where early in-person voting has started.
Our country's in big trouble, and you can do it by mail or early in person or on election day, but make sure your ballot counts and check it.
A new NBC News poll finds Vice President Kamala Harris now leading Trump by 5 points among voters nationwide, 49 to 44%. A poll by CBS News finds Harris leading 52 to 48 and leading in 4 of the 7 battleground states. The Harris campaign says it raised a record $27 million yesterday at a single fundraising event in New York. Harris, facing criticism for lacking specifics on policy, says she will deliver a speech on the economy this week. Harris calling out Trump to debate her again.
Join me on the debate stage. Let's have another debate. There's more to talk about, and the voters of America deserve to hear the conversations that I think we should be having on substance, on issues, on policies.
Trump saying no, adding it's too late because early voting has already started in some states. There are new endorsements for both candidates. More than 700 former military and national security officials say they'll support Harris. And the mayor of a city outside Detroit with a large Arab American community has endorsed Trump. Perry Russom, ABC News, Washington.
An LGBTQ support group meet and greet faced some interruptions Sunday as a demonstrator was escorted away by state Congress candidate Stephanie Basham. This video shows Basham and campaign manager Aim Hicks escorting a man named Keith away from the event. The man came into the event with, quote, unwelcomed and confrontational views towards the group. Basham said in a call that the man would have been welcome to stay, but that antagonistic speech would not be allowed. He refused to accept those terms and then was asked to leave the premises. Basham is running for the Texas House of Representatives for District 30 seat on the Democratic ticket. A.J. Louderback is the Republican candidate for the position. The time is now 6:46 on our Monday morning. Still to come, the latest in the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Okay, it is time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to our baby girl, Danielle. May God bless you on your special day. We love you, Mom and Dad.
Oh, happy birthday, Danielle. And also happy birthday to Joey. Joey, we hear you're celebrating 28 years today. Hope you have a great day today celebrating that, and also hope to catch one of your theatrical performances soon.
He's a great actor.
Happy birthday, Joey.
And the boss, an American rock singer, songwriter, and guitarist, Bruce Springsteen, is celebrating a birthday today. He was born in the USA 75 years ago today.
Happy birthday, happy 75th, Mr. Bruce. And also, Jesus celebrated the birthday on Sunday, just yesterday. Happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you had an amazing 14th birthday. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
Okay, the time is just about 6:48 on our Monday morning. I want to wish Emelita a happy birthday. She celebrated a birthday this weekend.
I also want to wish my doggie, Autumn. She turns 1 today.
Oh my gosh, I
Happy
can't
birthday,
wait.
Autumn. I've got the TV on at home, so I hope she can hear me.
Yes.
Happy birthday, my baby.
Happy birthday, babe girl.
All right, happy birthday if you're celebrating with us today. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're tuning in with me this morning, I'm sure a lot of you are still wondering what is going to be going on here soon with soon-to-be Hurricane Helene. Well, it's official. It's not a system yet. Chances of development are still at a very, very high. It's basically guaranteed to be a system here soon, but 90% chance over the next 7 days, 70% over the next 2 days, 48 hours that is. But you can see I actually have a future track where I think it's going to move here and probably make a landfall somewhere in western Florida, maybe near Pensacola Beach, I can't remember, Panama City, that's what it is. Also maybe even near Destin sometime on Thursday night or Friday morning. So if you have any folks or family or friends over there in Florida, make sure that they know they've got a hurricane coming their way, likely at between a Category 1 to a Category 3 strength. That's a major hurricane right there with winds sustained over like 130 miles an hour. So that's a big, big thing coming their way. Make sure that they know they got that coming their way. But what might be coming our way over the next week and a half to 2 weeks is going to be what comes after Helene. Right after Helene, there's going to be a cold front. Yes, a cold front is going to come our way on Wednesday, and that's going to shoot all the way down deep into the Gulf after Helene makes landfall in Florida, after Helene kind of shunts it a little bit further south. And with a stationary front over the Gulf and also parts of the Caribbean, Northern Caribbean that's not really ever good news, especially over those hot waters. So I'm going to continue watching that over the next week and a half to 2 weeks for anything that might develop. But looking at the rest of the Atlantic, we do have one more system out there, very, very likely to become a system. Probably going to be Isaac over the next 2 to 3 days. But the good news is that's not coming anywhere near us. You can see that's way out in the deep, deep Atlantic. So over the next week to week and a half, we've got lots more beautiful fishing weather and suntan and beach weather out there. Smooth waves out there 1 foot or less, and your water still very warm at 90 degrees. But we're going to take a look at that more coming up later on Sunrise. Carolina?
Thank you, Parker. Overseas, growing fears of a wider war in the Middle East.
Move out of harm's way immediately.
Overnight, an Israeli military spokesman warning residents of Lebanon near the Israeli border to move now, saying strikes are coming. Over the weekend, Israel carrying out more than 300 airstrikes in southern Lebanon, while Hezbollah reportedly launched more than 100 rockets toward Israel. Most were intercepted, but some making it through.
A senior U.S. official tells me that these most recent Hezbollah strikes deeper into Israel near Haifa are likely a prelude of what is to come. The official says that Israel has a good sense where Hezbollah's longer-range missiles are, but there are concerns that Hezbollah may be preparing to move those missiles. That is something which could prompt Israel to act sooner rather than later.
A Hezbollah official says the militant group has entered a new stage of open-ended warfare against Israel, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vows to take whatever action is necessary to eliminate the threat on its northern border.
Hezbollah has been attacking us on a daily basis, demolishing Israeli villages and towns, basically leading to the eviction of 100,000 Israelis from their homes. I don't think any American would have accepted it.
The State Department now urging Americans to depart Lebanon via commercial options while still available, as the Biden administration urges de-escalation.
But we're going to do everything we can to keep a wider war from breaking out.
Meanwhile, when it comes to the war in Gaza, Netanyahu is now considering a plan to force all Palestinian civilians out of northern Gaza in order to lay siege to Hamas and force the release of hostages held by Hamas since last October's attack. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. A wreck in Victoria leaves one person dead. We have the details. One person is dead and 2 others are recovering from injuries after a wreck Sunday on North Navarro. At around noon, a white Chevy Trailblazer crossed the median and caused a head-on collision with another car. The passenger in the Trailblazer died and both drivers were transported to the hospital. Their conditions are unknown at this time. Victoria police say that there is no known reason for why the driver veered into oncoming traffic. The police say that this is an ongoing investigation. The election is just around the corner. Here are some important pieces of information for voters. The last day to register to vote is on Monday, October 7th. The last day to apply for a ballot by mail is Friday, October 25th. Early voting begins on Monday, October 21st and ends on Friday, November 1st. The general election day is Tuesday, November 5th. The game company Cards Against Humanity is suing Elon Musk's SpaceX for $15 million, accusing the corporation that launches rockets from Texas of illegally trespassing on South Texas land and destroying property. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now we get a look at a beautiful sunrise over Port Lavaca with Parker.
That's right, Carolina. Look at this pretty sunrise we got out there this morning. Not as pretty as it was last week on Friday or Thursday, if you'll remember that, but nonetheless, that's still very pretty out there. We've got some purple, we've got some pink in there, yellow. Very pretty out there. We're going to go see that sunrise. It's also very pretty in terms of weather out there. You are in the upper 70s right now. A little bit, plenty humid, I should say, out there, but not really expecting anything in terms of fog out there. But looking at your satellite, you just saw there was a few clouds out there, so we can definitely discount the most clear skies over us right now. I'm thinking partly cloudy out there right now, and it's going to be like that all day today, but you'll see there's a front right there. That's going to bring 70s for highs up in northwest Texas, but here at the Crossroads, we're going to continue down the mid and upper 90s path all the way until that front actually arrives on Wednesday night. And that's going to drop our highs back into the low 90s and our lows into the mid 60s. So that'd be pretty nice for a couple days.
All right, Parker, we're looking forward to those fall feels, a cold front,
right?
To a Texas cold front.
60s, that's pretty nice, right?
Ooh, no pool for me that day.
Yes, that's right. And also we want to remind y'all that we're still peak hurricane season. I want y'all to make sure you can go get these hurricane tracking guides. Find them where to get them on our website.
All right, we'll see you tonight. Have a great day.